for that.
This one's a little bit different because I took the automatic out of it and put a manual in it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Right. How many gears did it have on the auto? And
the old one there was a 700 R4, which was a 4-speed automatic, first one with a lockup converter.
Right.
But
Diesel,
they were
petrol.
A fucking piece of trash.
Oh dear, oh dear. Diesel, petrol is the motor.
Petrol.
Yeah. And
I don't do
what size a lump has it got in it?
And the diesels from GM were awful anyway.
Okay.
This is 4.3.
This is 4.3 petrol.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's 4x4. It's 4-wheel drive, isn't it?
No, they built some for 4-wheel drive, but you can't find them. When you do, they want $30,000.
Oh, do they?
This one's a 2-wheel drive. It does very well because it has weight on the rear wheels.
And you've got off-road rubber on this.
KO2 tires on.
I've just got to take in the whole concept of this.
I'm a retired 4-wheeler. I had 40 years of Land Cruisers.
Oh, crumbs almighty.
Because I was a Toyota mechanic.
And this is 1980.
This is 87.
This is an 87. I like the concept because the roof is elevated.
That's a good idea. That's why I bought it.
Keeps the weight down.
That's why I bought it was to get the camper. The roof goes up about 14 inches.
I see, just enough to give you enough headspace, and then you've got the aerodynamics on it, and you've got clearance, you've got everything is a plus on this.
Lift system. That was a long time ago. Now they all use air shocks. These use the 2 interconnected pieces of 8-inch plywood with hinges, and when you pull them,
piano hinges, and it folds up,
and it pushes it up. The front one, when I got it, came from the east, and the hinge was rusty. I could find nowhere to get a new hinge like that. So this one doesn't go up and down that way, and I used a trailer jack on the front.
Yeah.
Now I can find the hinges, but I don't want to do all that work.
No, I understand that.
The way it is.
No, you may as well go out and use it. And do you use it for camping?
I'm on my way to Pierce Ferry right now.
Oh, wow. How long? Well, I'm not quite familiar. What sort of journey is that?
Well, it's down to, do you know anything about this area at all?
A little bit.
I go down Highway 93 to Dolan Springs, toward Kingman, and then I try and go back to the north. Pierce Ferry is where the river comes out of the Grand Canyon.
Oh, wow.
That's where the boats come out.
Oh, smashing. And there's a little campsite down there for you?
There's a couple campgrounds. I've been down there before.
Oh, right, yeah. Free, or are they payment?
Yes. It's like hundreds of miles of dirt roads.
Oh, lovely. And you explore them in your 4x4?
Before this, I had an Isuzu Trooper.
Yeah.
It was a great car, but I wore the motor out, and it was a 3.2, and there's no engine parts for it.
I'm with you. And then, of course, you've been weaned, really, on old Triumph motor cars and Toyota Land Cruisers.
This is the first time in 50 years I don't have a 4-wheel drive car of some kind or another, because I had Jeeps 100 years ago, and then I went through 40 years of Land Cruisers, and then I drove this Trooper I had. My oldest daughter bought it new in 92. Yeah. And I just gave up on it about a year ago.
Oh, wow. And this came on the market? This
came on the market in the paper, and I bought it. It's been a restoration, and it's been a nightmare.
Oh, right.
I've had to fix everything 3 times.
And you said about this,
because it's a Chevrolet, and I don't like the way they do anything. But it works pretty well.
Good. It looks an ideal, just the right size. Everything about it is positive, positive, positive.
It's great for one person. The bunk is small. Yeah. But I'm by myself. My wife went with me for 100 years, but she died 7 years ago.
But this is lovely, sort of, just the whole form and function, like the tyres on it, because that's perfectly adequate for what you want.
Well, it gave me more ground clearance too.
Yeah.
It made it hard on the automatic because they're much bigger than. They're supposed to be 205s and they're 335s.
Okay.
So it raises it up a lot.
How much does it raise it by, do you think? About an inch or so?
Probably a couple of inches.
Do you think so?
That affects
the gear ratio, of course,
So that kind of sandbagged that 704, which I thought were awful anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, but you've got the clearance on it. It's odd you mention that, because I saw a car, and I don't know what the make of the car is, but it's a standard saloon car, rather large one, and they put on larger tyres, and that's jacked it up, and they've also got an underguard. It's a very clever sort of like desert vehicle, and they also use it.
My other car is a 2006 Mini convertible.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And I'm contemplating putting bigger tires on him.
Oh, right. Well, I've never seen it done, but look at that. That is absolutely...
You want to look in the door?
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you very much indeed.
These are just extra gas.
Yeah. Good, everything. You've got a shovel. Well done.
Well, I've been working on this son of a bitch for 3 years.
That is so splendid. Thank you for letting me look inside. And we've got the refrigerator.
The old man has to have a stool to get in.
Yeah. I don't blame you. Also, when you step, I think stepping out's more precarious, isn't it?
Quitting on me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm lucky I'm alive. I guess.
Well, you're still active, and you've got to say there's a lot for that.
That's why I'm still alive.
What, being active? I would have thought that's a great contributor towards it.
I was a mechanic when I was 62.
Well done.
But when we moved up here, the wife and I both went to weather. She was about 4 months younger than I was.
Yes.
Went to work as security guards on trade shows.
Oh, right, yeah.
Did that for 16 years.
Ah, and now you've bought a lovely cat. This is rather nice, and
that company no longer exists. The brand name, not but Tiger, is still in existence, but now they set them on 3/4 ton Ford pickups.
Right.
4-wheel drive pickup.
Right, I'm with you.
You know, I've done everything. The door's been apart had to redo all the wood in it and stuff like that.
If I can say, this doesn't look the age. What I mean is the design concept of it. It's a very clever. Everything about this is clever. Rather like the robust. Everything about
mirrors,
it.
The factory mirrors were an expansion here.
Yeah. This is better.
These mirrors were on my Land Cruiser station wagon for 20 years.
Oh wow, yeah.
These actual mirrors.
And they're nice. I like these. I like everything about it. And you've put these spherical.
They're called Del bars, and they were originally built. Then you can fold them back, but when they get old, you can't do that.
That's right, and perhaps need a spot of oil. And you've got on the front here your lifter. Yeah, you've got your crank, and you've got some plates there as well to put it on. Oh, this is all beautifully. This is lovely. Well done. Yes, that's it. A lot of people don't perhaps take into account.
And the reason for all this is in March about 2 years ago, I blew a red light and T-boned a Toyota pickup.
Oh, right.
Needed to put a new fender on it.
Yeah.
And I put
very clever, that support.
When I bought these, this was a design flake. It sits on a rubber thing up here, but they all broke right here.
Yeah, yeah.
The mechanism broke.
Yes.
And when I got it, it was laying on the roof. I built those to hold the front end of it because there's washboard everywhere out there.
Yeah.
So it's lived a pretty hard life. I don't like it. I like the concept, but I don't like the machinery under it. It's all Chevrolet.
Yeah, but if you can put that to one side and enjoy the day,
that's what I do.
But that's what life is, isn't it?
It's a good running motor when it's good, but I'm on my third one now.
Yeah.
Because you can't buy a new one. All of them gets reconditioned.
Yeah.
They're all done in Texas, which is another name for Mexico.
Yeah. Well, reconditioned, it was always the same because you worked on British cars, the same in the UK. Unless you actually bought a reconditioned from Leyland, they were never much. The cheapest people could ever recondition.
They don't do that in this country.
No.
Even if you got a recondition from Chevrolet, it wouldn't be from Chevrolet. It'll be somebody that was contracted to Chevrolet.
Yeah.
See, and the first one I put in there, I didn't know how Chevys were built. I never worked on them. I worked on different kinds of cars. The oil pump fell apart on a trip to California.
Oh dear.
The suction circuit of the oil pump fell out. I didn't know they were and it turns out, oh yeah, they all come out. I thought, Jesus Christ, Toyota would have fixed that in about 90 days. But 35 years later, they're still in line.
That's right, they modified them as opposed to...
The next engine I got, it went about 10,000 miles, head gasket blew, pulled the head off, had a bad piston in it. Because they broke a piston. I'm a retired mechanic. They broke a piston putting it in the bore. They just put the head on and shipped it.
Yeah.
So they gave me a 3-motor, but it still cost $2,000 to put it in.
Yeah. That is so interesting. Thank you so much for running through that. And we're outside Henderson Library, the James Gibson Library, which is in Henderson, which is smashing.
Yeah.
And
I've lived here about 30 years.
Oh wow, that's lovely.
I've lived in California for 35 years.
And I would say to you, you must have seen an immense amount of change in Henderson.
Oh, well, they've already ruined this. I wouldn't move here now. because they've turned in another LA.
Yeah, it's decidedly indicates
I don't
change.
badmouth LA, but it is what it is. And this used to be a nice little, beautiful little desert town. But
Yeah.
it's like San Fernando Valley now.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure meeting you. Thank you very much for your time.
You living here now?
No, I'm thinking about it.
Got to be good here. It's a good place. It's hot. You know, it will be 120 here in Florida.
Right. Thank you. Thanks for the warning. Bye.